not shouting out their successes when they meet in those restaurants that I mentioned before, when they have a break, a couple of hours of break from their work. They are very much under the radar. They are very much doing sacred work. They are under the radar and beyond the screen. But it's a very, very important element. And if you would analyze any operation of military or homeland security, or protecting borders, protecting terrorism, even without being an expert, you can definitely identify how important intelligence in all of that. And intelligence includes also technology, by definition. And startups definitely have a role in this. I don't know how the systems really work in many places, but of course our technology in the army is within the army. So yes, there are startups, if you want to call them startups, but they are under uniform.
Excellency, this just reminds me, the question reminds me that after the first war with Egypt, the Israelis actually managed to recruit the son-in-law of President Nasser as an agent. The son-in-law of the president of Egypt was actually reporting to the Israeli intelligence. And the code name which they gave him, interestingly, was the Angel.
I hope we are beyond those times. Mr. Paul, I think we have just time for a couple of questions, so the ambassador has a packed schedule. So we will allow one more question from a lady after this.
My name is Layas Paul from Thai. Sir, we are admirers of Israeli growth paradigm. We think that you have very peculiar circumstances, the instinct for survival, the army, the inclination for innovation, and what you said, I would say that in Hebrew, this is Rosh Gadol, right? 4 people were around the corner when a reporter went to them to say, "Excuse me, what opinion do you have of meat shortage?" And the American there said, "What is shortage?" The Chinese said, "What is opinion?" The Russians said, "What is meat?" Because they take only beef. And the Chinese said, "What is excuse me?" The Israeli said, "What is excuse me?"
Now I can understand.
I don't understand. Because the idea is that the hierarchy is not there. It is a very informal society where anybody can ask everyone. Sir, we have been debating within Thai for the past 1 year as to what is it that this region, and specifically Punjab, can do for the resurgence of this particular region. And we have been studying, as I told you earlier, Beersheba. Beersheba is a city of 200,000 in south of Israel, in the Negev desert, and it is known for specialization in cyber attack, particularly the cybersecurity, and more than 20,000 people are employed in that. My question to you, sir, is, can we in Punjab, in your opinion, you've been here now for almost 1 year and what you know of us, can we replicate something like that for a hub in any new technologies in this region, and if so, how can we do that?
Offhand, I definitely think you can, but it needs all the partners. Let's say there are 8 or 9 or 10 natural partners that must years into this, government, federal government, state government, academia. I don't want to say military because our military is special, but this will be for the Indian side to decide how contributing the army is to this with the technology that it brings. Finance, the joint, the hedge funds, if you bring all of them together and you put them not enforce, but if you bring a natural partnership of sharing, not taking all the parameters that I've described and the ones that I've not described, but knowing that the end game of this endeavor should be A, B, C, D, while you can sort of enumerate what your goals are beforehand, with a very, very, very strong role to both academia and industry. Because I'm representing the government, and the minister is representing the government, and we don't want to say bad things about governments. But governments are limited. They are limited in their resources. They are limited, the number of people in governments, they represent a very important facet, a very important contributor to everything. But it has to go to private sector. And I'll give you one example which maybe does not answer the Beersheba method that you mentioned on cybersecurity and cyberspace, but agriculture. Agriculture in India, which is so important. We have developed a wonderful project of building centers of excellence across India. And 2 days ago, I inaugurated in the state of Mizoram the 22nd Center of Excellence that Israel and India maintain here in India. Those are demonstration centers, those are training centers. And the project is going on, will continue going on. Each center enjoys, 20,000 farmers, we calculate, enjoy each center training, touching the technology. But we are limited, and at one particular point, those centers we will get to 30, 35 centers, and then what? The what is that we will continue, including in Punjab, Mr. Minister. We have a few centers in Punjab. At one point, we will say, okay, we did what we wanted to do, governments did the job, what next? And the next is the private sector and the industry and the bigger money, I would say, that should enter this, make use of the good lessons learned, try and learn from the best practices, eliminate those obstacles that we had on the way when we did those centers, but enter this field. So this is on agriculture. I could say the same on water management, and I can say the same on cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is one of the biggest challenges of today's world. And India has the best entrepreneurs who could contribute to a challenge which is first and foremost an Indian challenge, but it's also part of the larger world. And I can tell you with a lot of pride that India and Israel have a very good channel and contact on governmental level on cyber. And the visits of our prime ministers have very much encouraged that. So I cannot come and draw exactly how the cyber park, as we call it in Beersheba, will be here in Punjab, but I definitely am sure that it is possible. In agriculture, I've talked with the government of Punjab before, in previous meetings that I had. Universities, agricultural universities in Punjab, and Punjab is very famous for agriculture universities and institutions. This could be the magnet that would sort of absorb the effort, but you need all the partners. And there are a lot of partners in order to make that successful. This is my view.
Thank you, Master. I think we have one question from the lady there. That's it. The ambassador has a packed schedule, as I said, and we just allowing that in deference to Women's Day yesterday. So please, go ahead. Please make the question very quick.
So it's a quick question. You said education starts at all in Israel. At what level of education do we inculcate innovation in the curriculum then? It leads to your university levels, but the raw material to the universities comes from the education that the students get in school. The issues in the university rise from the raw material that is coming up in the universities. So what level is it that the students are inculcated with the habit of innovation? Or
You mean at what age?
what age, yes?
I would say it would start maybe at the age of, the first seeds are
Yeah.
from the beginning. In the same way that we teach foreign languages, more or less second or third grade, we start foreign languages like English, French, Arabic. In the same way, we put, I wouldn't say kindergarten, but maybe kindergarten also, at the very initial stages. I would put it in the official curriculum, but also on the extra official curriculum, because we have many extracurricular activities from grade 1, with all sorts of courses. It's not something that we invented, but afternoon, our schools are usually morning until 1 or 2, and then later there are activities in the afternoon, which maybe are not coming from our official educational mechanism, but parents in Israel like very much to send their kids to those places where you do either sports or have some first glimpse at science and technology, if you wish, and innovation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
No follow-up questions, please. Please, no follow-up
I request the
questions.
minister to take a note of it and introduce it into the education system. That is my request.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Like your nation, which is born out of challenges and churns, and is today an entrepreneurial example for the rest of the world, at TIE, we thank you very much for sharing the thoughts about Startup Nation. I hope the government takes cue on the 4% that is spent, and all the examples of innovation in the small. Innovation doesn't need to be large. For example, dental implants, drip irrigation, hydroponics. We owe all of that. And in fact, most of the microchips were designed in Israel, and we can take cue from the fact, and I hope the government, looks at, as we do as entrepreneurs, to learn from the lessons that Israel teaches the world today. So thank you once again very much for making the time to come here, address us, and we hope to see increase the connect, as you said, between the peoples, especially from our region, with the great country of Israel. Thank you, Badal sir, for taking the time and being here with us again today, in spite of a packed schedule. A small token of appreciation and from our side at TIE. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, folks. The ambassador has to leave immediately, so please would appreciate if you can give him their passage. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Alright, so before we start the next session, here is someone's phone. If someone has misplaced their phone, they can take it from me after telling them. Okay, this is your phone. Which make is this? Okay, alright, yeah, welcome. Alright, I request you all to be seated. We have 2 more sessions before the lunch. So, I request you all to be seated.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Alright, I request everyone to grab their seats.
Hello.
And we're going to start the next session in a minute.
Hello.
The next session is about the ecosystems. So, they say that in order to raise a child, you need a full village. In order to raise a startup, you need an ecosystem.